Hello and welcome to an Affinity Revolution tutorial. My name is Ezra Anderson, and today we're going to use Affinity Photo for iPad to take this picture and put it inside of a text box. If you'd like to follow along with the same image that I'll be using, I've included a download link in the video description. After opening your picture inside Affinity, the first thing we need to do is add some text. To do this, I'm going to select the Artistic Text tool. Then just click once anywhere in your document and begin typing. You can click and drag on the blue circles surrounding your text if you'd like to make it bigger. You can also click and drag to highlight your text, and then change its font. Now that I'm done typing and I've chosen my font, I'm going to select the Move tool and continue resizing and repositioning my text. We want to make our letters so they're closer together. By keeping our letters closely spaced, we'll be able to more easily see the picture inside of them. To change your letter spacing, we're going to come to the Character Studio. Then we're going to click on Positioning, and then we want to decrease the tracking until the letters are touching. Now we're done with the Character Studio, and we can continue resizing and repositioning the text. Now it's time to put the photo inside of the text. To do this, we'll come to the Layer Studio. Then we'll click and drag on the text layer and place it on top of the photo layer. You want to make sure you have this blue box and then release your finger. We've now successfully placed the photo inside of the text. Now if you select the group we've just made, you can resize and position the text and photo at the same time. However, if you press on the triangle to open up the group, you can select the text layer and move just the text while leaving the picture alone. I'm going to select the entire group again, and then position it in the center of my document. Next, we're going to add a background to our design. To add a background, we'll select the Rectangle tool, and then click and drag to make a rectangle going across our document. We want our background beneath our text photo layer, so I'm going to click and drag on the photo text layer to place it above our rectangle. I think our background would look better with a gradient, so I'm going to select the Gradient tool, and then click and drag to make a gradient. In the contextual toolbar, I'm going to change this gradient from solid to radial. Then I'll come over to the Color Studio and give my gradient a new color. I can also press on the color stop in the center of my document and change this part of my gradient's color as well. Now that our background is done, let's add a finishing touch to our design. We're going to add a drop shadow to our text photo layer. To do this, we need to come to the Layer Studio and then select the text photo layer, and then we'll come to the Layer Effects Studio. To make a drop shadow on our text, we're going to turn on Outer Shadow. To modify how our shadow looks, just click on Outer Shadow. Then in the contextual toolbar, we can increase the radius, increase the offset, and increase the intensity. Depending on how you want your drop shadow to look, you might need to change the radius, offset, and intensity to make them different from what I have. To see it before and after, we can turn off the outer shadow and then turn it back on. With our drop shadow applied, we've now finished our photo text design. Thanks for watching! I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to learn even more about Affinity Photo, I'll leave a link in the video description for our complete beginner's guide to this program. It's over 100 tutorials and covers every tool and technique that you need to master this program. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Saturday for another Affinity Revolution tutorial.